You're listening to The Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
Thanks to Concordia University, Wisconsin for supporting The Coffee Hour. Find out more about Concordia University, Wisconsin at cuw.edu.
Live uncommon.
Joining us this morning, Deaconess Tiffany Manor. She's director for LCMS Life Ministry. Deaconess Manor, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, it's great to be with you.
There are a couple of events coming up in the near future that our listeners can participate in that are very life-affirming, and wanted to share them with our listeners today. And we thought you're the perfect person to talk to us about that. So let's dig into some upcoming events. Let's start with right here in the St. Louis area, March on the Arch. Now, last year this happened right before before Corona tide, shall we call it, began here in the St. Louis area. And Sarah was able to participate and even share some stories gather some stories on location. And March on the Arch is happening again this year. How will the event take place? Well, let's begin. Let's back up a little bit. What is March on the Arch before we even dig into how it's taking place?
Sure. The March on the Arch in the St. Louis area is a march for life, like we see in January in Washington, D.C. And actually, that's not the only one. There are marches and prayer walks for communities all across the country, and they take place throughout the year. So this is a great opportunity for folks who are near to St. Louis, and it doesn't just have to be people in St. Louis, but those who maybe want to drive a little distance and join together with other like-minded, life-minded people to stand up for life. So that will be on Saturday, March 6th, coming up, a couple days.
So how will this event be different from last year? Last year we got to gather in a big group. We were really close together. Nobody had masks on. And we got to march down the streets of St. Louis to the Arch. What's going to be different this year?
Yeah, it feels like we say that word a lot, right? Different. Yeah. It's going to be different this year. This year, we're going to be marching and starting near Planned Parenthood in St. Louis, like was done last year, but not actually going to go all the way to the Arch this year. It's going to be much shorter. In fact, some people are really excited about that they can, if they weren't up for the 4 miles that the march was last year, that they can handle the mile and a half or so that it's going to be this year. So that's something that's different. It's going to be done in a way that's really pandemic safe. One way that Coalition, the March planners are describing it as kind of like a 5K with spaced out time slots. So folks need to register in advance, and certain groups like the LCMS are assigned time slots. So we'll march as an LCMS contingent, but we won't necessarily be mixed in with a whole big crowd of people, and it will all be very nicely socially distanced and safe, and there'll be masks for people who would like to have those. They could also bring their own from home. So in that way, it'll be just a blessing to be together in person outside. And the weather's looking like it's going to be great on Saturday for the march.
So this will be very familiar for those Lutherans who sit in the back pew, because we're going to be spread apart and plenty of room. Sounds like a good plan. Any other ways the LCMS will be participating in March on the Arch this year? Anything else you want to share about how LCMS is participating?
Oh, sure. President Harrison is going to be there. He's going to be speaking to the assembled group. They've spread the speakers out, so that way the groups that are arriving at different times have the opportunity to hear the speakers. So our LCMS contingent is scheduled to be around the time that President Harrison is speaking. And then he'll also lead us in prayer, and he's going to lead us on the prayer walk around the neighborhood near Planned Parenthood. So that's going to be great. There may be some opportunity for interaction as well, depending on the number of people and the amount of space that we're able to have.
So how do we find out more details, how to prepare, what to bring with us? Where can we find all of that information?
Oh, sure. Well, for sure, think about if you've marched in the past, bringing your green hat. We definitely
Oh,
still want to
yeah.
have those. That's not going to be different. But to get some of the information and details, we need people to register. We'll provide all of the details after registration via email, things like the time, the parking suggestions. In order to stay in line with the appropriate pandemic protocols, we really need to know who is coming. So if you want to come out, you can go to the registration webpage, which is www. LCMS-life.org. And there's a registration form, and that's on our alternate site that we're having our life conference on. More about that. Or you can find the link on our regular life ministry page, www.lcms.org/life. And if you don't feel like coming out or you live a distance away, you can also watch. It's going to be live streamed on Facebook. We're going to have a live stream of President Harrison speaking, and you can find that on facebook.com/the LCMS/live.
Very good. So March on the Arch, again, coming up this weekend, correct?
This weekend on Saturday.
Saturday here in St. Louis. All right. Do you reference the Life Conference? I believe it's a Making Disciples for Life Conference. Tell us about this.
Yeah, this year our life conference theme is Making Disciples, Valuing Life. We're going to be helping people to be equipped to speak up for life, to care for life, and it's going to be virtual this year. So another thing that's different because of the pandemic, but we're really actually very excited about this. And the webpage I gave just a moment ago, you can find some information on the conference on that, and that's I'll say it one more time, www.lcms dash or a hyphen life.org. And there's going to be a lot of different opportunities that folks could participate in the conference and be equipped to speak up for life. We're going to have ideas shared on how you can care for all human life and some ways to interact with fellow Lutherans on life ministry topics. We're seeking to build a team for life efforts throughout our synod. So this is going to be like really synod-wide conference for the first time.
So what is this conference going to look like? It's virtual, but what are some of the ways that people can actually participate in things that are going on live or things that are happening, what buzzwords, asynchronous and synchronous opportunities to listen to speakers?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's going to open up on March 19th. That's Friday, March 19th. And then the live sessions will run on the 19th and the 20th in the afternoon for folks in the central time zone. Going to be more in the morning for folks who are further west and earlier in the day for folks who are east. Or no, did I say that backwards? I said that backwards. For folks who are east, it'll be later in the day. For folks west, it'll be earlier in the day. And when you log in on March 19th, after you register and get your information, when you log in, there'll be already on the conference platform dozens and dozens of pre-recorded sessions that you can watch on demand anytime, Friday and Saturday. And then there'll be the live sessions, and there will be question and answer opportunities with some leaders in our synod that you can ask about life topics, but other topics as well. And then for people who want to see sessions in more of an asynchronous type of participation, you can register at the premium level and have access for 90 days to all of the sessions, which actually I think most people are going to want to do because we've got something like 4 dozen sessions available. So it's kind of hard to get to see everything you want to see in a 2-day time frame.
What are some of can you share with us, highlight some of the topics or the speakers that will be shared throughout those, 90 days if you do if you sign up for the premium. But can you share with us some of the highlights of what we would learn in the Making Disciples for Life conference?
Yeah, since we are developing this for the entire synod, we're creating tracks that might be of interest to people with, of all ages and different interests. And some of these tracks are something new that we're trying for the first time. Like we have a school ministry track that is available, or the sessions are being prepared for use in, say, a Lutheran school classroom, or maybe a homeschool setting, or an individual family. So there are sessions that are actually targeted towards children that you could show them directly to the child or the student. And then we also have a track that's for Spanish speakers. We're going to have, I think, about 5 to 8 sessions for Spanish speakers. So we're doing some new and different things with that, because we're able to with this type of virtual platform. And to that end, we're actually doing some things like making student scholarships available so that students can participate for free. You can find out more about that at Life Ministry at LCMS.org. And the same thing for the Spanish speaking track. But then we also wanted to mention some of the speakers and the partners. So we'll have presentations by our partners who are helping us make this conference available: Concordia Plans, Lutheran Church Extension Fund, and Lutherans for Life. And then there'll be individuals that some of the people listening might recognize. President Harrison being one, District President Lucas Woodford, maybe somebody else who's even I'm talking with right now who might want to share that she is presenting.
Yes, I will be a presenter.
Do you want to tell about your session?
Sure. It'll be on how to communicate graciously and winsomely about life conversations. I think I taglined it also how to talk about life issues without losing all of your friends. So there's a little bit of humor thrown in there too, of just ways to approach communication and conversations in a loving and empathetic way with our friends and neighbors.
That's going to be so great. Well, we're really looking forward to Sarah being a part of the conference, and also looking forward to people submitting question and answers in advance. So, feel free to submit your questions to lifeministry@lcms.org and register, and that way you can have sessions and the information that you specifically need to know and need to have.
That is so great. So much information, so many things to learn. So can you give us the conference details one more time, the dates, the times, and where to go to register?
Sure. March 19th and 20th is the live portion, with on-demand available for up to 90 days if you choose the premium option. And you can register for either the basic or the premium at www.lcms-life.org. And there's even actually an option to do a group pass where you could, say, have a watch party at church or a small group. So check that out, and I hope we have a lot of people joining us on March 19th and 20th and all the way into June.
And we will share the links in the program notes today as well. Deaconess Tiffany Manor, Director, LCMS Life Ministry, thank you so much for being our guest on the Coffee Hour.
Thanks for letting me share.
You've been listening to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.